Greetings, brothers and sisters in Christ. Still in the Christmas season, we come to the feast of the Epiphany. The word Epiphany means a manifestation or a showing. So we know that a star manifested itself, and the wise men, the Magi, followed the star, and that led them to the greatest manifestation ever, the image of the invisible God, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, God who took on our flesh. And so the Magi come and they encounter the child Jesus. A couple of spiritual lessons for us to celebrate on this feast day. First of all, the journey of the Magi is everyone's journey of the spiritual life. Some would say that all of us have inside of us a yearning for the infinite, a yearning for God, and I think a yearning for love. We want to know that we've been accepted and created for a reason and a purpose. And so these Magi had that yearning, and they went looking, actively seeking, trying to find, where is the meaning of our life? What are we being called to? Some say that we have a God-shaped hole in us, and that nothing of this world will satisfy that shape or that emptiness except for something of heaven or something of God. I say the love of God, which we encounter in the very person of Jesus Christ. So the most natural thing we can do is to go to God. The most natural thing you can do is to pray. St. Thomas Aquinas said that our life is exitus reditus. We come from God and we return to God. At every moment you are coming from God, coming forth from God in creation, and every day is one day closer to our ultimate return to God. And it's all because of love. So God created you for a great purpose and a reason. The second spiritual law is that when you meet Christ, when you meet the God who made you, and you realize all the love and gifts God has given you, you respond by giving God back the very best that you have. You give God back the very best of your time. So maybe think about how you pray. Find the time of day when you're most attentive, most energized. Take some of that time for the Lord. Think about some of the gifts God has given you. Do you find a way to give them back to the Lord through service of other people? Think about the spiritual gifts. In order to have them, you have to give them away. To have love, you have to be more loving. To be patient, you have to be more patient. And so we think about what are some of the gifts God has given us. Give Him back the very best. And then finally, the Nativity Scene depicts the Magi either kneeling or bowing in humble adoration. St. Gregory of Nazianzus says that when you meet God, the proper response is adoration, not inquiry. So when we come to church, we adore the Lord, and then we allow Him to come into us and to touch us and to change our lives. The Magi had Jesus in a manger. In our Catholic faith, we have the Eucharist. We also have Jesus speaking to us His word every Sunday, and then we get to receive Him body and blood, soul and divinity. His life wants to come into you. Lastly, the mystery of God is not to be dabbled in. The Magi met Jesus and they went home by a different way. After you meet God, He changes you. You have to go by a different way.